Hey guys, it's Kay. And if I go with the title of the video that I think I'm going to go with, then I hope that this video actually gets the views that I need it to get, if that makes sense. Because this is a very important video. Let's talk about suicide for a minute. There are times in people's lives where they feel like there is no way out. They're in some situation. Maybe it's debt, maybe it's a breakup, maybe life is moving too fast and they can't catch up. Maybe it's their home situation isn't good. Maybe it's they're in an abusive relationship. Maybe it's etc. Enter your situation here. And that might sound like a thing that's not too big of a deal for some people. But for others, that situation, let's go with one that doesn't sound like that big a deal, but is for someone. Let's go with debt for a minute. Let's talk about debt. Say that you're a high school student looking to go to college. You're filling out all the forms that you have to, and there's a special form that comes up that's financial aid. And you apply for financial aid and you get a certain amount of money granted to you, and then you're like, this still isn't enough to pay for college. And then you hear about student loans and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Here's a thing that I can have. And so you're like, okay, cool. And you go and you apply for a loan. And you decide that the loan should be enough to cover your tuition. But then also you're like 18 and the world is big and impressive and important and you want more money for stuff. So you're like, okay, I'll get my tuition. That also covers my living because I'm going to be a freshman. I live on campus. Then I want a new car. Because with a car, I can go around campus easier. I don't have to ride the bus with the smelly man that's going to spill chili on you and eat it off you. That's a real story, and I'll tell that someday. But then you go through and you're like, I'm gonna take out enough for my car, and I'm gonna take out enough for my tuition, and oh, I need books and school supplies. That's reasonable. So you decide, okay, I'm also going to take out a loan. Sorry. I also am going to take out a loan for my school supplies and stuff. I don't know how much college books cost, so they're probably a lot. And additional reason, and you end up with like $100,000 your first year of college. Let me save you some time and some money. Don't do that. Someone did. I'm sure people do that. That's how student debt occurs. Maybe not as grandiose as I said, but that's how student debt occurs. Save yourself some money and go to a 2-year institution first. you get the same education. Get all your undergrad stuff, or get all your gen ed stuff out of the way. Go to a 2-year school. It's going to save you money. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the lost human life. So, anyway, let's fast forward a few years. You've graduated college now, and although throughout the years you've learned you didn't need to take out as much of a student loan as you did, you still have so much debt. Now, for some people, they're just going to get a job, maybe even in the field they went to college for, or they're going to continue going to college, or whatever, and their debt will get paid off. You know, if you're in the medical profession, or the psychiatric or the psychiatric profession, or something, teachers, or something that goes into community service type work, you get some of your student debt can be absolved fairly easily. So for a lot of people, maybe debt doesn't feel like the thing. It's bad, it's horrible, it's hard to deal with, it's scary, but maybe it's not the thing that would make you want to end your life. But for someone out there, it is. Now, say it's a breakup. You've spent years with somebody, and they're so special to you, and they literally have became your support system. And then you get broken up with. And then what? You have nothing. You've basically lost your everything. And now you have no reason to live. For some people, a breakup's just that. Okay. I mean, that sucks, but I'll move on. But for someone out there, that's a reason to lose your life. Because you have nothing else to live for. Or maybe it's something else entirely. Those are just scenarios that I can think of. There's a book that I read when I was a teenager, just the right moment. That was quotes and stories of survivors of people who jumped off of the Golden Gate Bridge. Sorry, that was weird. I just got like a sharp pain in my arm. Also, I plan on not editing this video, so that's why I didn't cut that out. Anyway, these survivors of people who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge, which is unheard of almost, they said, for the most part, there was a reoccurring theme. And the reoccurring theme was about halfway down. Well, no, all started at the beginning. The fear leading up to the jump. And then they jump. And the relief that it's going to be over. Whatever their problem is, it's gone. Death was the solution. And then about halfway down, they get to thinking, wait, but no, I don't want to die. And here's the solution to my problem, but I'm going to die now. And that is the one reason that even someone who is suicidal-ish, that is the one reason why you should hold on. there is another solution to your problem. It might be a very hard to reach solution. It might be something you've never considered before. It typically is. It might take you a long time to find the solution. There is another solution to your problem. Don't take strange medication because it might kill you. Don't eat that food you're allergic to because it might kill you. Don't cut. Don't end your life because of a problem, no matter how big and all encompassing that problem is. Do not end your life. You are worth so much more. I know I'm just a freak with a camera with blue lips and golden eyeshadow, and I know that I'm not a big influencer, and I probably won't even get the 10 views on this video, but I'm going to look really stupid when I get only 3 views on this video. One of them will be me checking it. But anyway, listen, your life is more important. I know that the problem you're going through, whatever it is beyond imaginably hard to deal with. But it will be okay. There is a solution. Something will work out and you will be okay. Listen, this video is getting really long, and I know that, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. The other scenarios I came up with were just something I literally pulled from my head. I'm going to tell you a little of my story. Not the whole thing, because I don't want to make a 2-hour long video, but a little bit. I feel like my life isn't where it should be. I feel like I'm not. I see all of my friends being more successful, graduating from college, having families. I'm older than some of you think, but not quite so old. I'm not 30 or anything, but like, I'm not freshly a high school graduate. Hello, look, I'm old AF. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is all of my friends are doing much better than I am. I don't even speak to most of my friends from high school anymore because we're in such different places in our lives. I have a job and I go to school when I can afford it, but I haven't finished a 4-year degree, which is silly. I don't have really a want for kids right now. I'm not really in a place for that anyway, so starting a family is a big no-no for me. And sometimes I struggle with wanting to just stop. Wanting to end. I used to struggle with self-harm. Even very recently, that's where there's been almost no content since my Black Lives Matter video. I hurt inside. Not physically, you know what I mean though. And I'm still fighting to be here. Why? Well, some of the things I've dealt with, some really bad things. Not just the struggle that everyone else is moving much faster than I am, and I am so far falling behind, but other things. The death of friends and family, sexual assault, stuff like that. Real serious problems that I'm not going to spend time describing right now because they're a little too personal. And so I just want things to stop. I struggle with suicide too, but I'm still fighting because I know somewhere out there there's a solution to my problem. This video kind of got out of hand. I actually went in to this wanting to record a completely different, more motivational video, and it got very serious, and I'm sorry about that. But that being said, I'm going to be taking a break. There is one more video I'm going to be putting out that I had recorded from before, and it is more of the kind of video you're used to on this channel. But after that, I'm going to be changing the content a little bit. Sometimes to be more mental health aware, sometimes just fun videos, and sometimes just this sort of unscripted, rambly nonsense. But to get back to the subject of the original part of the video, your life is worth it. You will see a happy ending. It might not be the one in all of the fairy tales and all of the books, but you will see a happy ending. Things will be okay. We're all going to get through all of this nonsense together. Oh, and also, wear a mask.